back to the TV. This is just match time with Tottenham Hotspurs. Match reaction. Match night to Tottenham Hotspurs. Two apologies for uploading this a bit late. We've been busy lately during this time for the past few days, but we're doing it today. So yeah, pretty disappointing result for Manchester United. Of course, a draw against Spurs is not the end of the world, but the fact that Spurs they did dominate for most of the game, and they did, of course, they did deserve to win the game. So it's not a good look at all. Great poor performances again from the team. Rasmus Højlund did really well, but then players like Rashford, Bruno, um, Anthony again, Garnacho had a bad game as well. That's not a good game for United at all. So yeah, I have ADA here with me. Sorry, yeah, I have ADA here with me. So yeah, man, thoughts on the game?
I'll be honest, I did not watch the game. I'm watching the highlights right now as we speak, and oh my god, Richarlison, man, that was what? Wait, let me see. Hold up, let me see it again. Oh my god, I didn't even move.
Yeah, I mean, people used to criticize De Gea for not coming out of his box, but Onana's not doing that either.
My thing is that you should always attempt to go for the ball, even when you know it's probably not savable, because there's still a chance you can save. Yeah. Unless you know for sure that you can't save it, then I would obviously not.
Yeah, but to be fair, also Richarlison, he's not really that good in the air. Like I think it was Dalot Varane, right? They should be winning against him in the air.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm just looking at the Rashford goal and Spurs, man. They couldn't make a tackle. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see. What was that? So it was the second goal. Let's see. So the first goal was scored by a set piece. The second goal, let's see. It was scored. That was a good cutback. Bentancur. Johnny Evans.
I mean, it comes because basically, like they were on the counter attack, and Eriksen was just like he left the midfield wide open, so that's the reason for that.
Yeah.
Goal. And yeah, I mean,
that McTominay chance.
Yeah, he's only there for the goals. Ten Hag brings him off the bench very controversially, and then he misses a sitter.
Dude, I'm sure if he scored a winner, everyone would be praising Ten Hag. Now everyone's criticizing Ten Hag. It's like, why'd you bring him on? He didn't score.
No, but even if he did score, I would still stand by the fact that he should not be playing for Manchester United. Because, I mean, if you want to play him as a striker, you can do that. I have no problem with that. Because as a striker, if you just score goals, then no one will complain. But as a midfielder, you have to do much more than just score goals.
Why can't he just play him as a striker? Why does he have to play him as a midfielder?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, no one else has thought of this, but I mean, personally, I would prefer just getting an actual striker in. Why try experimenting with McTominay as a striker instead of just actually going out and getting a striker?
Well, do you really realistically think United will sign a striker this window? Just be honest.
I'm not sure because, of course, Werner was a decent opportunity, but he's going to Spurs. I mean, based on the game, it's probably a good thing to be honest, based on the game he had. But yeah, I mean, I do think. I mean, of course, we'll get to the transfer news a bit later, but I think I don't think we'll spend a penny in this window from the budget. I think we'll just try to make loan signings. It completely depends on the opportunities available for players on loan. Like, I mean, everyone talks about Weghorst, and of course, Weghorst, he was not a good signing, but he was an option. And like, even just having someone in that position is really crucial because, you know, it gave the opportunity for Martial to rest, you know, like it always gave us an option. And like, yeah, it's an option. So like, I think that's what we're going to try to do this window. We'll just try to look at options. Like, we won't look at the quality of the player. We'll just look at like options because, of course, for striker we need an option because Martial is always unavailable.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's a bad result for United.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Spurs dominated the game as well, which is really embarrassing at Old Trafford. And yeah, I mean, I think this point for Spurs is probably a better point than for United because I think Spurs are probably in the top 4 race. So in terms of the top 4 race, I think they're in a pretty good position. But for us, I mean, even if you look at fifth position, I think, where I mean, as I look at the table, yeah, I mean, even for fifth, we're like 8 points off fifth, and we're in January right now. So, yeah, I mean, it's not good. And I mean,
Yeah.
what I'm really hoping for is that I don't think it'll happen, but I'm hoping that Sir Jim has some money that he can invest in January because one signing can, of course, change the season. Of course, with the signing of Bruno Fernandes, I remember like Bruno Fernandes was the reason why we finished third in the 2019 to 2020 season. So we need a signing like that. But first of all, I don't think the market has a player like that available for a good price. And second of all, highly doubt that Sir Jim will invest so early. I think we'll start seeing more investment in the transfer side of United in the summer because I think January is probably a bit too early. So yeah, I guess just quickly get replay ratings so we can go on to some other stuff. Okay, so Onana, yeah, I think four. I mean, yeah, four, but stripped him out of that chance. Didn't really make any other good saves. Dallo five wasn't that great. Round six, he was fine. Evans, I mean, I think Brown and Evans were fine throughout the game mainly. Wan-Bissaka, I mean, again five. It just didn't do much offensively. Kobe Mainu probably seven. I think he was solid. Had a solid game. Eriksen five. Got man past midfield again. Bruno three. That's probably a bit harsh. Four. Had a poor game. Garnacho four. Didn't do well. Rashford four. I mean, he scored. That's irrelevant to me. I mean, it's a such big problem now with Marcus Rashford because the thing is that if you compare him with other wingers, like last season, he was being compared to wingers like Salah and Saka. Even when they don't score, they can still have a big impact on the game because of other aspects of their footballing ability as a winger. The problem with Rashford is that his only thing, like his only asset for us, is just scoring goals. But other great wingers have other assets which they can provide to the team when they're not scoring goals. So it's a big problem. Hoyland eight, not eight, that's a bit too much, but yeah, 7 man a match. What a finish! That first goal, what a finish! And did well to set up Rashford's goal as well. Oh, McTominay four. Why did he come off the bench? Lisandro, oh yeah, that's a big positive as well. Forgot to mention that Lisandro Martinez did play his first game back for United, and we actually looked very good defensively with him. His ball playing was on point, completed 100% of his passes when he was on the pitch. So yeah, I think that's a big positive. And I mean, that's another thing. Why did Casemiro not come off the bench? Like if Lisandro is coming off, if he's fit enough to come off, and how is Casemiro? I mean, if he's on the bench, that means he's fit enough to play.
I'm pretty sure Lisandro's been out for a longer time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I think that Lisandro's been out for, I think since probably around September. I think maybe. Yeah, I think since September. Right? Casemiro was only out from like October, November. So yeah, it's been like
maybe Casemiro's injury is worse than Martinez. That's the only justification. Otherwise, I don't see any justification.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember Casemiro. I do remember when he came back from preseason, he was pretty unfit. Maybe that was a factor. I mean, I don't know. Anthony six, didn't do anything off the bench. Ten Hag, he had three. Poor, I think. Substitutions were very poor. I mean, actually four because I mean I think his starting 11 was fine. It's a solid lineup. He of course was cautious with Lisandro, which is fine. McTominay off the bench. Why did he do that? Also, I think he just made the subs way too late, and that had a negative impact on the performance. So yeah, man of the match probably Hoyland, and yep. Yeah, I mean Hoyland. He's also not a positive. You know, he's starting to come into light now. And I mean, I don't know why, but a lot of people making fun of Hoyland and stuff like that online, comparing him like with Werner and Nunez, but I don't see any comparison because Hoyland is proven so often that if he gets the chances, he will score.
Yeah, I don't, and also you can't really compare those players because Warren and Nunez, they played in the Premier League before, and they played a longer time than Hoyland. So
yeah, I mean, I think, and yeah, I think I do one good thing as well is that United have been drawn with Newport County in the FA Cup, who are a Welsh team in the fourth division of English football. So that's a pretty good draw for us. I'm also pretty happy with it because I think I think it's a great because I'm pretty sure Lissandro and Casemiro probably will start that game because we have to play them like some more to get them back into the like into like the normal routine into match to improve their match sharpness. So I think coming back and facing a League Two side, I think that'll be like a bit refreshing for Lissandro and Casemiro. It'll be a very easy game to come back to. And yeah, I mean, of course, if you win in the next round of the FA Cup, we'll go to the quarterfinals. And then, in the quarterfinals, you just need to beat one team, and then you're through to Wembley. So, yeah, I mean, I do think we have to go for the FA Cup because, of course, we are Manchester United, and managers will be judged on their trophies. So we don't need to go for the FA Cup. But yeah, I mean, in the league, I can't see us finishing more than fifth, and even fifth would be impressive at this stage.
Yeah, because I feel like Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal are kind of like locks in for top four, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean they're fighting for the league.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Arsenal, but Liverpool, Man City are for sure. So yeah, that fourth place spot though is going to open, and that's hard to call because the teams we have competing are kind of inconsistent. Spurs is not really consistent. Newcastle not really consistent.
I mean, personally, I think Villa is locked on. Personally,
I don't know, man. I don't really like Villa's away form. That's why I don't say they're locked on yet. So,
I mean,
but we'll see.
I mean, it also of course depends on the business teams doing January. I think if Spurs, if they make a few more signings, good signings, and yeah, maybe they could be locked in as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see, of course, and obviously international competitions are also affecting the squads of the teams.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably lucky. I think in terms of like the teams at the higher half of the table, I think we're probably one of the least affected by the AFCON because I think we only have Onana, of course. I don't think Onana will miss that many games, so I think he'll be back by end of January, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, that should be fine.
It depends how far Cameroon go in the tournament, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they go to the final somehow, I mean, I don't know, but even if they somehow go to the final, then he still only missed one or two games, and so I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And Amrabat wasn't even playing anyways, so yeah, not really big misses.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Liverpool is, I think, most affected, to be honest, by the international tournaments.
Yeah, Endo, Salah, and I think that's it, right? Endo, Salah.
I believe, yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's still a very important player. Of course, Endo, I think, is the only like good defensive midfielder, and Salah is of course the best player.
Yeah, I feel bad for I think Nottingham Forest because I think a lot of the players are involved in the international tournaments. Like I think I heard like 6 players involved.
And of course, we'll probably be facing a point deduction as well.
Oh jeez.
Oh, you didn't know about it? You didn't know about it?
No, like that. I mean, that's just bad. I think I heard about it, but I didn't. Yeah, I think yesterday. Yesterday, I think the news came out, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does, raise some eyebrows because if they didn't breach those FFP things last season, would they have stayed up? Because it is barely about a delegation, and same goes for Everton. So, I mean, maybe like Leicester and Southampton might be looking at this and like being like, this is not fair, because I mean, if Forest, I mean, yeah, I think if they followed by FFP, I mean, they probably would have gone down, probably.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you can't really change the past.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I think we kind of covered most of the games. I think we can go on to other stuff now. So, of course, I think there has been a date settled for the judgment of Manchester City's charges. And I think it'll probably be sometime around the end of this year, around 2024, September, November, will probably be the time for the judgment day. And from what I'm hearing, at least, from what I'm hearing, not confirmed, but from what I'm hearing, if they get found for even half of their charges, like out of the 115, even if 70% of those charges are proven to be true, then they will be undoubtedly be relegated to by at least 2 divisions. And of course, I mean, I think everyone does talk about how City would probably get away with it because of the lawyers, and of course I understand that. But at the same time, the Premier League, they have Because if they avoid it, then FFP will literally become a joke. It will literally become a joke. And also, if you look at Everton and Forest as well for the point deduction, they could just be like, so we only committed 1 or 2 charges and we got the point deduction, and you're telling me that they committed 115 and they got nothing. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as simple as City just got away with it, but I also don't think that they'll get found for all of those charges. So I think it'll probably be something in between.
Well, here's the thing though. Even if you give City a point deduction, they will still get top 4, I would imagine. So
Yeah.
like,
But I mean, a point
obviously they
deduction. Sorry to interrupt, but I think a point deduction is only for like what, one charge. I mean, one charge is 10 points. Keep that in mind, and these are 115 charges.
I think if is there any way they could get relegated with this deduction? Is there any way they could get relegated or no?
I mean, yeah, I just said that. I think if they get found for even half of their charges, they'll get relegated to League One probably.
Oh yeah, you did just say that. I don't know, man. I just feel like City just have a no. I feel like City are just smart, man.
But also, like, this is not the first time it happened. Rangers, I think not too long ago, they got relegated to the bottom division of Scottish football.
And I don't know if you know, I think Juventus, they got relegated to Serie B a long time ago.
They won the league that season.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
a lot of the best players left. So City could also, a lot of the best players might leave if they get relegated to the divisions.
Haaland, the doors are open. Haaland, the doors are open.
Apparently, Pep said that he will stay even if they get relegated, which I don't. I think he's just saying. I don't think he actually genuinely means that.
Doubt that. Where do you think he'll go to after City? Probably. I think Pep will go into international football maybe.
Yeah, and also I don't really want to talk about this too much because I don't really like the awards, but it also happened a few days ago. He won the best coach, I believe, so that was deserved. And Messi didn't deserve the best player. That should have been Rodri, in my opinion. But these awards.
Yeah, Rodri or Haaland, one of them. That's fine. But Messi, I mean, you know what's funny? So whenever we talk about Messi in these awards, I want to be respectful, of course, but I'm being real here. To just pull up a picture of the World Cup, but it literally says that the day from which the award was considered was 19 December, the day after he won the World Cup. So
you can't really blame Messi though. You have to blame the players because they voted for Messi.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Messi, of course, but yeah, I'm just saying it's undeserved.
Yeah, it's just, and this is why the players shouldn't be voting.
And also, it's so disrespectful. It's like the defenders are so disrespected. Like in the last 2 or 3 years, when they do a World 11, they only include 3 defenders, so they can include one other attacker.
No, you mean 4 attackers?
Yeah. They include 1 extra attacker so that they can only be 3 defenders.
That's so stupid. And they left out Rodri in the World 11 as well, which was absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, like how. I mean, we were talking about him like potentially being a Ballon d'Or winner, but they think that he's not even like a nominee.
Yeah, that's why I don't take this award seriously. I don't care. I genuinely don't care.
Personally, of course, I don't want to start another Messi and Ronaldo thing, but I mean, personally, I'm not sure if you would agree with me, but I think Ronaldo had a better 2023 than Messi.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I don't think that's controversial.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Ronaldo should be in 11, but I'm saying that
neither of us should have been 11, to be honest.
Yeah, neither of them. Yeah. I mean, of course, one thing to point out as well is that this award was completely given out based on the captains of the national teams. So I think Messi just got it based on his name.
Yeah, and the thing is, do you really think those captains watched all that? Do you because when you ask up captains, who between Messi and Haaland, I'm pretty sure more of them know Messi than Haaland.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about knowing. I just think more of them idolize Messi. That's why they picked him.
Yeah, and my thing is that it's just that you have to this is why you have to change the criteria. You got to change the voters. The players shouldn't be voting. Yeah. Captains shouldn't be voting. Yeah,
they shouldn't be voting because then it's not objective. It's completely subjective.
Yeah, and that's why I don't take this award seriously because it's not objective. It's basically who has more PR. That's basically whoever wins.
I mean, that's been the case with a lot of Ballon d'Or awards as well.
Yeah, that's why I don't take this award seriously. Even Messi himself doesn't even care.
Yeah, I mean,
and you know what's also really crazy? None of the 3 finalists didn't even show up to the award. That's how I know this award's a joke.
None of the 3 what?
None of the Kylian Mbappe, Haaland, and Messi. There was the 3 front runners. None of them even showed up.
Wait, Messi didn't even show up?
No.
He was in Miami chilling.
Probably, I guess. I'm not sure, but none of them showed up, man. That's how you know this award is. That's how I know this award's that's sad, man. I'm sorry.
But even Neymar knows, man. Even Neymar, I'm pretty sure he was a nominee for a few years, but for a few years straight, he would just play Call of Duty on Twitch. Wow.
No, but see, if you're like at least in the front three, I think you should at least come. Okay, you're the one of the front three people.
Yeah.
And the fact they didn't even come, I just think it just speaks about how highly they think about these awards.
So yeah. I think getting on other stuff as well. Oh yeah, of course, Jose Mourinho got sacked by Roma. I think that was ridiculously harsh. I mean, consider he spent 20 million last 2 seasons at Roma, a combined total of 20 million. We spent more on Donny van de Beek. We spent double of what we did on Donny van de Beek than what Mourinho spent at Roma for his past 2 seasons, and only like a few points of top four, I believe. And he won them the Conference League, which is a trophy, and he got up to the final of the Europa League, which many would say was a robbery from a referee, from Anthony Taylor. So
I don't think it was, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, even getting into the final with that team is very impressive. And I mean, I think a lot of us said Roma could get to the final, but we said that not because of Roma's team. We said that because of Mourinho himself, because he knows how to do it.
Yeah, because that Roma team was average.
Yeah, I think the only great player I see is Dybala. That's it.
Yeah, like everyone else is like brickish. Also, also Roma were in an injury crisis. I don't even think Dybala was fully fit for the final. Abraham wasn't even fully fit. They had to rely on players like I forgot the guy's. I forgot the Italy's guy name. Dude, I forgot what's the guy's name. He was that terrible striker. I forgot his name.
Belotti.
But oh yeah, that guy is awful. That guy's beyond awful.
They got him on a free, I think.
Yeah, like that's how you know. Like I honestly believe if Roma had a fully fit team, I think they would have been in Sevilla. I think
I mean, like Dybala, he was also out for like half the season. No, not even half. Like 60-70% of the season. Like he was out before the World Cup. Like warm up before the World Cup.
Yeah, and he still managed to score in the final, and that's still crazy. Even at like a half fit Dybala, which is insane. Imagine he was fully fit.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think the sacking was ridiculously harsh in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not giving it to the Rossi, bro, former player.
And yeah, former legends, man. It just doesn't work as coaches. I don't know how many more clubs are doing this, and my club needs to stop doing this too.
There are exceptions. Like I mean, there's Zidane, Cruyff.
It's a rarity though. It doesn't have. It's very rare you see that.
Yeah, very rare. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, what do you think will go now? I think personally, I think you should go for international management.
Yeah, go to Portugal, man. That's what I would recommend.
Honestly, like if I was the president of the Portugal Football Federation, I would look at Mourinho being available, and I'd be like, "Sorry, Martinez, but you're off, Mourinho." Go.
But the thing is, I doubt they're going to do that though.
They won't do it. Yeah, they won't do it because they want to
they're stubborn.
Yeah,
they're stubborn.
And like they also want to pay respect to Martinez as well. Like they
unless Roberto Martinez, unless Portugal gets knocked out the group stage or the round of 16. And I don't think there's any chance Roberto Martinez gets sacked.
Unless they have like a very bad Euros.
Yeah, like I say, group stage exit or round of 16 exit.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but I think Mourinho, I think he's like throughout his, like we know, like he's a really good manager at at cup competition. So I think honestly, if Mourinho went for a Portugal job, I would say Portugal, in my opinion, automatically favorites for the next World Cup.
The thing is, do you really think it's gonna? I feel like I don't know, man. Mourinho, man. I heard there's been a lot of rumors he might go to Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I heard rumors. I don't know. But the thing is, like, dude, I don't think Newcastle will sack Eddie Howe though.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Eddie Howe is, I think eventually he'll reach a ceiling at Newcastle.
Yeah, I feel like if Newcastle's going to get Mourinho, it'll have to be the end of the season. Like, I don't see them doing it in the middle of the season. Because I don't think Newcastle will be that brutal. Like, I don't think they'll be like, I don't think they'll be that great. I don't think they'll be like Abramovich.
Yeah. But would he come back to the Premier League though, Mourinho?
Honestly, all the top clubs, I can only see Newcastle. I don't see. Obviously, City's not gonna do it. Liverpool's not gonna do it. I don't think it.
Yeah,
Actually, would United be? United might be interesting. Maybe.
I don't think so because I just
Definitely
don't
not
think
Spurs. Definitely not Spurs. We can get that
not
out
Spurs, not Spurs. But I think that United, we did sack him too early, but I still think that it still doesn't change the fact the style of football our fans would not like that. We didn't like it then, we won't like it now. Style of football will not be appreciated, and also, you know, he just got kind of he just couldn't adapt to the Premier League. I feel like the Premier League was evolving, but he wasn't. I mean, look at Chelsea. Like after he got sacked by Chelsea, he failed in his other two jobs. And of course, with United, I don't think he should have been sacked, but doesn't change the fact that the season where he did get sacked, he did fail in some ways. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Roma should have write it out, give him a Europa League another chance because, dude, I'll be honest with you, there's no chance they can win the Europa League with their current De Rossi. I don't see it.
Yeah, and also,
And,
I mean, look at Mourinho as well. He's not manager. We also like right now we need a rebuild. He's not a manager for a rebuild. He's a manager who comes in, he's there for
Wins
2
now.
or 3 years, and he wins trophies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that, and yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, United's probably not it. I guess maybe Saudi. He might go to the cash. I don't know. So maybe.
I mean, he got an offer though.
I think he rejected Saudi though, if I remember correctly. I think after last season he did reject Roma. I think.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think he rejected Roma. I think he rejected what is it called? Saudi
Really?
after the last season.
Yes,
So,
I don't think he'll go.
Yeah. I don't know. He might just take a break, man. He might take a sabbatical and maybe go to international management, maybe United States.
He might I mean, he might do Zidane. I mean, think about it. I mean, Zidane, he's been out of management. It feels like, it has been like half a decade. He's been out of management for a France job.
Dude, I don't think France is gonna get him.
I mean, but I mean,
dude, even the own France president called out Zidane. I'm not even joking around.
Then why doesn't I want to see Zidane back at management? Like because I feel like I want to see if he can succeed at like another club outside of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, gonna be interesting. And of course, tomorrow India take on Uzbekistan in the Asian Cup. I'm not sure if I'll do watch long for that. I'll try, but yeah, it's a bit conflicting with my schedule. But I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped up for that game because Uzbekistan seem to be lacking a bit in their attack. Of course, their main striker is out. So, and I feel like if we defend like we did against Australia without any mistakes, then I think we can keep a clean sheet, which would be, of course, very big for us. And he got team match. The Indian coach did say that tomorrow he'll try to go for a more offensive lineup. So I'm intrigued to see how we'll do.
Yeah, because I saw the Uzbekistan Syria game, and basically all Uzbekistan shots were like crossing. They were trying to cross the ball in, trying to score from the header.
They won't score. Like, I believe they won't score because India are pretty good in the air, defensively at least.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a very tight game. I don't expect a lot of goals. It's gonna be very cagey.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very, very scrappy, maybe even be physical game. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably.
Yeah, and yeah, for India, man, you guys gotta find a way to score because I didn't see. I don't know how I didn't see any attacking thing against Australia.
I mean, there was that Chetri chance.
Yeah. Well, besides the Chetri thing I didn't really see anything else. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, of course we do have to practice, but of course, as I said, our manager did say in the press conference that he will put more of us offensive lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully that pans out because Syria, man, they look defensively solid, and I think I was hearing someone say that if you don't score early against Syria, it's gonna be difficult to beat them.
I mean, let's see how they. I mean, we're playing Australia tomorrow, so let's see how they do then.
Is that the? Let me check. Are both games on the same time, or is that the
No,
early
I
game?
think the Syria game is the first one.
Okay. Yeah, definitely can't watch that one. It's gonna be too early.
Yeah,
So the India game might be doable. I might be able to watch that. So
right.
it's gonna be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
India, man. You're just hoping for at least a draw, right?
yeah, a draw, and then I believe we can beat Syria. I believe. Of course, it also depends on the attack. I mean, based on the attack tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. Of course, the attack is important as well, but I hope that the reinforcements in attack tomorrow will be enough for our attack to improve a lot, because I think if we sort out our attack, I think we can beat Syria. Because honestly, I think it's a bit early, but I do think we'll keep it clean sheet against Syria, because I think defensively we're very solid. It just depends on our attack.
Yeah.
Wait, Syria beat China some time ago. I just checked. So yeah, wait, what other games are there for the Asian Cup? There's Palestine. This is UAE. There's Iraq, Japan. That might be a decent game.
Man, I really want to watch the game. It's just too early, man. At 6:30 a.m. is just that's too early for me, man. I can't get up for that game.
Jordan, South Korea. I mean, South Korea probably win, but I don't know. Jordan are a decent team.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yesterday, Thailand won, so you must be happy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
Yeah.
They won 2-0 against Kyrgyzstan. They're a good team, Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, and yeah, because I heard Thailand's preparation coming to the Asian Cup, I heard was pretty bad. So it's good to see that they got a huge win here. And I believe, they're I think they're the only Pot 4 team to got a victory in the Asian Cup.
Oh, and so I think, and they're playing Oman, right? I mean, I remember in the World Cup qualifiers, I remember we did really well against Oman. So I think Thailand can get a result against. I mean, I think a draw against Oman would be enough to go through.
Yeah, Kyrgyzstan didn't look great. I was disappointed Kyrgyzstan. I expected more from them. And Saudi Arabia, man, that late winner, man, that was dramatic.
Man, poor Oman.
Yeah.
Would have been a big result for them.
Did you see the Japan-Vietnam game? Because that was a crazy game. I wish I watched that game.
Yeah, man, Vietnam, man, like 2-0 up, and then 2-1 up, sorry, and then Japan. Like I think they gave up a good fight, Vietnam.
Dude, that third Japan goal was amazing.
Yeah, like that. It was like a color light from an outside the box.
Yeah, I think so. Wow. That's Asian Cup, man. It's been pretty good to watch. My only criticism is that we haven't seen many big upsets. That's kind of like the big issue. That's kind of like the one issue I have. But we got a lot of goals, man. We got more goals than the AFCON, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah. So yeah, nice. So yeah, I think just quick news for the end of the stream. So Jordan Henderson will be leaving Saudi Arabia. I mean, do you think there will be other players who will follow him?
it's hard to say, man. I don't know. I don't really keep up the Saudi league, so I can't really comment.
Yeah, because I think I saw like some former player talk about Henderson. He said that there's a big difference between playing in front of 2,000 to 3,000 people and 50,000 people, because then it just creates less excitement to play football. And I guess that's the case with Henderson.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of this topic, I know this is just the last thing I'm going to mention. Obviously you watched the El Clasico with me on that day. Yeah, there's been a lot of fallout from that game and Xavi's managerial stint. Yeah, and it's been a lot of talk about it. So I want to hear your opinions from a neutral, obviously. I want to hear your thoughts.
To be honest, I don't really think it's Xavi's fault, in my opinion, because of course he is to blame. Some things are his fault, but at the same time, he's so restricted as a manager. and I see this at United all the time. He's as a manager, he's so restricted, and it's because of things that are out of his control. And I feel like Barca would be in a much better position if they weren't in such a bad financial situation. And personally, I don't see any other manager who would immediately come in and start getting results. I think Xavi is a good manager for a rebuild. And I think if you're gonna sack him and get a manager, I think it would only be like, for example, Mourinho. Like I'm not saying you should get Mourinho, but I'm saying if you're sacking Xavi, it should be for manager like Mourinho, who would come, he would know he would come in and win things right now. But I don't think there would be a manager like that who can come in and win things right now.
Yeah, it's actually, it's actually interesting. Both of our clubs are in a similar position, to be honest.
Yeah, because like Barca are also going through a rebuild right now.
Yeah, I think the only big difference is that you guys are not as broke as us. That's probably the only big difference.
Yeah, but I mean, even we have like financial restrictions as well.
No, I mean, you guys have financial issues, but it's not as bad as ours. That's what I'm trying to say. That's
Yeah,
probably the only
yeah,
big difference.
yeah.
So, and obviously our league is much easier compared to Premier League. So I do feel like if you guys were in the La Liga, you guys will probably actually would you? Yeah, I think you guys will get top four. I think you guys would get top four
Yeah,
on most occasions.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Um,
usually it's Barca, Atletico, Real, and then you have Sevilla. Sevilla used to be a mainstay, but nowadays Sevilla's crap. So, well, just remember, Girona's doing really well this season. So, but yeah, I think it's a difficult one because my thing is that I kind of agree with you. Like, it depends what Barca wants to do. If you want to manage like a win, it depends on what the expectation is. If you want to manage, if you want to win now, then Javi's probably not it. Javi probably isn't the manager to win us those big trophies. But if you want to be in the rebuild position, which we should be, then I think Javi's good because, like I said, I agree with you. There's no good managers right now in the market that could change this galvanize this team. I know people are talking about Hansi Flick and these kind of guys, and I'm sorry, Hansi Flick, it's a completely different style. Barca's a way different style than Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I mean, Bayern, it's literally, I mean, what they did in the Champions League was very impressive. But I mean, I remember we did a video on your channel about best Champions winning teams, and Bayern was their top. Team was like fifth or sixth of all time.
Yeah, because there was a lot of circumstances with that one. That was a COVID season as well, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And also remember,
there's only one leg as well for each.
Yeah. And also remember, Hansi Flick got Germany eliminated the World Cup. So I know Inter was a different club, but I'm not really. I don't know, man. Like yeah, he got sacked. So, and getting eliminated with Germany in the World Cup is embarrassing. Like it is. It's just.
I feel like I feel like the expectations. If your expectation is to fight with Real Madrid right now for the title, I think that's very unreasonable. I mean, you're having to loan players like Felix and Cancelo. But I mean, like, I feel like if you're having to loan players as a football club, I don't think you're in a position to fight for titles.
Yeah, and I also think Laporta is at fault as well because he's like my issue is that he keeps making short-term decisions.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not good.
Yeah, I heard Barca fans now want him out as well.
Yeah, he is making short-term decisions. Like, for example, we brought Romeo in as a short-term gap solution. It wasn't like a long-term thing. Like, why didn't we just promote an academy player? You know, I'm sure there's got to be someone good in the academy. I'm pretty sure. Like Caicedo, I think is I heard is decent. These kind of players, like, why would you like? It just doesn't make sense, you know. And then, you know, the real problem is there was really never a plan for post Messi. That was the problem. We never really planned for post Messi. And once Messi left, this club was in shambles.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like when Messi was there, I think even the managers, I think everyone on the board was just like, oh, it's fine, we have Messi, he'll carry us.
Yeah, and obviously you guys had a post Ronaldo plan, I think, right? At the back in the time, right?
Not sure.
Or did you guys not?
No, but very different. Like I talk about like the second time or first time he left.
The first time.
First time, I think it's very different because with Ronaldo at that time we sold him for a world record fee. So and of course at that time our recruitment was very good, so we were able to invest in other areas of the squad and also find we didn't really find a replacement, but we invested in other areas of the squad which made up for Ronaldo's loss.
Yeah.
Messi left on a sleep, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You guys planned on Ronaldo's sale when you guys planned out.
Yeah.
Messi
I
kind of
mean,
left out of nowhere.
Ronaldo said his dream was to play for Real Madrid.
So yeah, and I just realized with our club. Last thing that I guess we can head out. I feel like we're like man. I feel like we're just getting. I feel like we're like Man City rejects. I feel like Man City rejects come to our club. Man City just Man City just keep our scrap players, man.
That's probably I think it's that Pep connection, maybe.
That's actually sad, man.
And actually, man, you got Aguero, you got Ferran Torres, you got who
Eric
else?
Garcia.
Eric Garcia, bro. Remember when you signed Eric Garcia, he had played less minutes in the Premier League than Donny van de Beek.
Oh, jeez. I think Gundogan. Now I know Gundogan and Aguero are not bad players. Obviously, they're good players, but they were past their primes. There was a reason why they let him go. You know.
I think Gundogan made more sense for Barca though because I think you needed someone who just. I feel like Barca, like you don't really have. You've been, like you've been lacking players who just know how to win, like just winners.
Yeah. I know. I'm not saying Gundogan was a bad sign. I'm just saying is that City knows how to let go of their players when it's the right time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit different as well because like City just came off winning a treble while Barca are looking for rebuild.
Yeah. So, obviously Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres were like their scraps. They were rejects. So, I'm not happy. There's a reason why they let him go. I just realized Pep. Whenever Pep sells a player, most of the time he's usually been correct. He's selling the player. There's the only few times there's been a few occasions where I don't think he made the right decision. I think the only one I would probably say was Eto. That's on my head.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, everyone else, I think it was actually correct for him. Let him go.
Probably. And what the
Pep is a smart guy, man.
Apparently, Goncalo Ramos could leave PSG.
Wow.
Because Luis Enrique is not totally convinced by his level and is not considered him reliable for high-level matches.
And let me just say this right now: if United fans that want to sign him, don't sign him, please. Don't sign him.
So, one hat-trick in the World Cup made him like best striker in the world.
And I'm sorry if you can't perform at Ligue 1, I don't even know how you could perform at EPL. Because man, I think we can all agree EPL is way better than La Liga. I mean, sorry, Ligue 1.
On some news on and Mana, and also talk about the Nana thing as well because Nana went to the AFCON.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, he he got to the game, but he wasn't in time to register for the squad because there was a delay for his flight. So.
Jeez.
And
let's see if he plays against Senegal.
But I mean, as a Cameroonian fan, I would not be happy with that because, of course, I would respect his commitment to his club, but at the same time, he did kind of disrespect his nation because his priority should have been Cameroon, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous, man.
And fun fact: his cousin started in goal ahead of him.
Wow, that must make him mad. Maybe Onana's. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe it's good that Onana started with his errors. I took it wrong. But
So yeah. I think wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications. Keep notified. Run me up for the next video. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.